Well, what's up, everybody? Cole and
Adam.
what do you got for me, Adam?
We are doing Transformers deck profile for my version of Insecticons. Now, all four of these up to 25. Best way to make it work. Now we have Kickback, Barrage, Ransack, and Scrapnel.
What do each of those do, Adam?
Well, let me explain it to you because there's a lot they each do. Let's start with Kickback. So, he has 3 attack, 9 health, and 1 defense. The thing you notice is they all have low health. Only one of them has above 10. So they are a bit weaker in the health department. So what I did was focus on attack because there's nothing like a good old glass cannon. So Kickback for his alt mode, his ability, when you do a damage, repair 1 from any of your Insecticons. So it's just a good way to try and keep them alive, but it doesn't really work when sometimes they get one shot.
It's kind of like Sludge, except Sludge, when he's in his bot mode, triggers on the attack and not when it deals damage.
Yeah. His bot mode, that's what you really focus on, is when it attacks, you flip 2 more battle cards for each Insecticon you begin the game with. I'm running 4, so that's 6. That'll be 8 total that you flip. If you flip white, it'd be 10. So that's more of a chance to run through your deck and hopefully getting the orange. Because as you can see, he has 0 attack. So the orange is what you focus on. The orange is what you need. So you focus on the attack output. Alright. Now we'll just focus on Barrage because it's next. He's, I guess you can consider the tank of the deck. 3 attack, 11 health, 2 defense. When you flip to this alt mode, you can give Pierce 2 to a character until end of turn. Then you flip, he gains 2 attack and loses 1 defense. But he gets bold 2 when you attack a damaged opponent. Again, focusing on the attack. Bold 2, trying to flip for that orange. Other than that, he's just there to tank, which he has carried before. Alright, so we're just going to go straight into Ransack here. Alright, when you flip to this mode, move 2 damage counters from another character to this one. He's got 8 health, 2 defense, 3 power. You may think, why would you want to do that? Well, his bot, his power is equal to the number of damage counters on him. So he can have 7 damage counters on him. So that's 7 power. That's 4 more than bot alt mode. So what you really want to do is keep flipping Ransack over and over to try and keep your guys alive while they're being hit, and make sure he stays alive so he can get that 6-7 power and use the attack to hopefully whittle him down. Then we got Scrapnel. When you flip to this mode, I can choose to KO one of my Insecticons, and then I can tap an enemy that has 13 stars or fewer. So, let's say Ransack, 1 health, you know he's going to die next turn. Flip to Scrapnel, kill Ransack, tap a hard-hitting. Alright, let's say you're up against a Megatron that has 7 attack. Tap him, he doesn't get that attack off. Now, here's Scrapnel's bot mode. 5 attack, 0 defense. But what's cool about him is this can't take more than 3 attack damage from a single attack. So max it can take is 3. That's all it really is just focusing on attack and glass cannoning.
Okay, so what's your battle deck look like?
Alright. I'll start off with 3 improvised shields.
Why do you use improvised shield?
Flipping for that orange.
Fair enough.
And it gets tough one, so the blue I do have, hopefully will help. And then I run 3 data pads. White helps, but what I really use data pad for is when something attacks, I draw a card, and then I can take a card from my hand and put it on top of my library. It provides shields. That's 2 orange. That's mainly data pad. Alright, then we got Bug Bomb. Put on Insecticons only. So, Bug Bomb, when the upgraded character is KO'd, when it dies, I can draw a card, and then I can scrap an enemy upgrade, and then they choose a card from their hand and scrap it. Nothing but gains from this. Nothing but gains.
Does it offer any increased power or defense?
No, it just offers a blue when you flip from it. And then I will always stand by this, but I always put at least 2 grenade launchers in every deck I make.
I don't have any in Metroplex, but that's because I'm not too concerned about that in Metroplex. But
That's true.
I think I have 3 in Dinobots, but I also don't run them in. Space Truckin' because I'm trying to cycle through the deck. But yeah.
Well, I really like this. Is plus 4 damage
for one go though. So
yeah,
I mean,
but like when you have glass cannon, weak as crap things, you're gonna want to try and hit them. For uncommons, they're actually kind of really hard to find for uncommons.
Yeah, I'm surprised they aren't rares with how hard they are to get.
Yeah, and if you don't get one in your hand, they offer an orange, so that can help. So I'm a firm believer of getting at least 2 in each deck you make. Force Field. If upgraded character takes 5 or more, I can discard this card or scrap this card, and it only takes 4. What's really good is it stops something from one-shotting one of my weak Decepticons. Or Insecticons, my bad.
Oh, they are Decepticons, so you weren't wrong.
Yeah. Blast Shield. You gotta have some defense. Can't have, all attack. Offer blue to defense if you can get it on something. And then these. We got some piercing blasters. Pierce 3. If you can't do any damage, just pierce away. And offers a white so I can flip more, hopefully more orange. Alright, then we got Power Sword. Now, Power Sword can only put on melee, so that means kickback and scrapnel. Because Ransack and Barrage are both ranged, so this is more oriented for Ransack that flips 8 to 10, or Scrapnel that has 5 attack. And the most expensive battle card. I Stealth Function.
Is that the most expensive right now?
Yeah.
I Stealth Function?
Last I seen it was $14.50.
See, I thought it went down. I thought it was only around 8, but I could be wrong, but yeah.
That, I think, is Peace Through Tyranny. The second highest.
Maybe.
But I Stealth Function is a really good card. The only cap it does is 12 or fewer. Good thing I run Insecticons. Swarm. I believe the highest is like 8.
I believe so.
I Stealth Function. Just take a KO'd character, put it on the battlefield with 1 HP, YOLO swing it at something. Hopefully it does stuff, and then it at the end of the turn, it's KO'd. So it's a last 2 raw kind of.
You never use to use that until
I never had them.
I was gonna say, was it because you never had them?
It's because I never had them.
I thought you had like a few and you just didn't run it at first until because I remember when I used it against you, you're like, I need to get that card.
Yeah, I needed to get.
I think the one of at that point when I won the one game, I had the one of I Still Function.
I pulled 0 I Still Functions. I've traded for all of them.
See, I've only pulled 1 Matrix and I had to trade for all my other ones.
Yeah. Next, we have Brainstorm.
Which we know how it works now, too, because they released their frequently asked questions chart.
Yeah. So how this works is you may play an action, and then you may play another action. But when you play your first action, that has to resolve.
Yeah,
so whatever.
It is not a It is not a stack. Like, I know I think both of us thought it was a stack, and I think even Xavier thought it was a stack.
Yeah.
Where you play that, and then you play your other 2, and then it resolves.
Yeah.
No, it's you play Brainstorm, and then you play. So, like, if he wanted to play I Still Function, he would play that. He would let it resolve, and then he would play whatever else he wanted to.
So, like, if you're familiar with Magic stacks.
A lot
that's how
of games
we went.
Well, I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Even stacks technically with chains. Almost every card game stacks.
Yeah.
Except for, I think a few things can stack in this game, but Brainstorm specifically does not stack.
I think Metroplex with the bold.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like
cards,
like a stat, like an effect stack.
I think so.
I'm not talking about like how Pierce, Bold, and Tough stack. I mean,
then we have Ramming Speed, Scrap, Enemy Upgrade, Pesky, Force Fields, Power Swords, all that can just just melt. Use that, offers orange for more attack power.
I was going to say, like, I hardly ever see Ramming Speed in a lot of my decks. I see it more so when I'm flipping cards than when it's in my actual hand. And then whenever it's in my hand, it's absolutely useless in my hand because my enemy never has upgrades.
Yeah. Repair Bay. Obvious. Heat. Repair 1 damage from each of your characters. Healing.
Have you considered using emergency maintenance?
I thought about it, but I didn't think it was... Because it doesn't offer an orange. I don't think so.
Emergency maintenance? I think you're right. It might not offer orange.
That's the only thing I have over emergency maintenance than Repair Bay. But we can always check later. Bigger They Are. Love this card when running with Insecticons, because normally their stars are going to be lower, so you can get +2 power and Pierce 4. Oh, so something like Metroplex. Bigger They Are is always going to work against Metroplex.
Bigger They Are is going to work against most decks that go up against Insecticons. Emergency maintenance is orange, but it's only 1 from 1 character, and if you have more stars in your KO area, then it's 2 to 1 character.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
New Designs offers orange, and then you may play an upgrade. So normally action upgrade. With this, you can use your action to play 2 upgrades. Pretty good. In case I need to swarm or bug bomb. Done. Oh yeah, we're into our actions. Roll out. Flip each of your characters from bulk mode to alt mode.
That's a nice one. I like.
Oh yeah, I like, especially since I ransack, Scrapnel if I need to, or Barrage to give something Pierce.
Do you run the I can't remember if we went through it, the rapid conversion. Do you run rapid conversion in there? Okay, so we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if we covered it yet or not.
Then we have 2 ready for actions. So a lot of these I'm only running 2 of because I want consistency in the deck. Not, Plus, Ready for Action doesn't give me anything if I try and flip it. So the only thing I try to use them for is put it in my hand so I can just untap one of any of mine because none of them are over 10.
See, with how I've seen a lot of people with how certain decks like to run and with how a lot of people want to run, a lot of people aren't using any battle cards that don't offer defense or power.
See, I'd rather use the effectiveness of how Ready for Action works than the...
Oh, no, and I can agree to that, but I've just seen a lot of people where it's like, if they do, they're running I Still Function, but like, I don't see a lot of people running Ready for Action, and then the people who do run I Still Function, I mean, I love it. I run I Still Function, but just like, I just know that some people just don't like using cards that aren't going to benefit you in any way.
Ready for Action benefits.
Well, I mean, like, but like, I mean, if you think about it, the majority of the cards in your deck, you're gonna see them more when you're flipping than they're gonna be in your actual hand. So I mean,
well, that's with most decks.
Well, I mean, specifically with Transformers, though, because of how the game plays. So yeah, continue.
Supercharge. Give something bold 3. Kickback. You know.
Just give him all the flipping.
Yeah, because he normally can flip 8 to 10, depending on if you pull a white.
Mm-hmm.
Give him bold 3, and then there he is flipping for 11 or 13.
Oh, you only run 2 Swarm.
Yeah, I only run 2 Swarms. They're good and how they work. It's just that how often I get them.
Does that require you to flip the same number, or is that for each orange something happens, and then for each blue something happens?
For each, I flip 4.
Okay.
Because I flip for each I begin the game with.
Okay.
So for each orange, I could deal. You choose to deal 1 damage to one of your characters, and I flip a blue, and I get to repair one of mine.
Okay. So
all the
So you choose to run that at 2 then?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, rapid conversion. This is what he was talking about earlier. I run 2 of them. Flip one of your characters to a southern mode. So it's really good if I need to flip Ransack to heal, flip and Scrapnel to sack something that's about to die anyways, to tap something, or just Barrage to give something Pierce.
Mm-hmm. And is that also you just like to run 2 of those?
Yes.
See, because in most decks I like to run conversion at 3 just to make sure that I have a better chance of having it. But what do you run it more for the for the white, or do you run it for the ability?
Okay, the white helps because of kickback.
Okay. I mean, but you personally, do you run it for the ability or for the white?
Both.
Okay,
I use it for both because the more I can attack with kickback, the more chance I get a white, the more chance I can go through my deck to draw.
So if you run it for both, then why not run 3?
I got reasons. Because
that's fair. That's fair. I was just wondering because I mean, if you run something because of both parts of the card,
This is why I'm only running 2 at the moment.
Because one shall stand, one shall fall?
Yes.
It's a good card. I hear it's a good card.
It's a good card for high health things. But it's
also a good card for winning the game.
I think I did that to Xavier once.
I think I did that to Xavier once. I think I did. Didn't I do that to you once too? You had like 2, and it's like, okay, one shall stand, one shall fall. And that may have been Xavier that I did that to. I think it was
Xavier because I know you have Plasma Burst.
Xavier gets poo luck sometimes.
Yeah, but he builds good decks.
Oh yeah, his planes and tanks are amazing.
But the heart of the cards are not with him most of the time.
Sometimes.
So if I'm not running one shall stand, one shall fall, I normally run 3 rapid conversions. But if I have a chance of
Are you
winning,
not running anymore because you're at 40 and you don't want to go over, or are you already over 40 and you don't want to?
45.
You're at 45 with that one. Okay, so that's okay. So that answers a lot of questions.
Yes. Then. And like I said, I want to keep my deck small for consistency.
Then why not run 40?
Because there's a lot of cards that really work well. And
that is every card game. There are a lot of cards, but sometimes sacrifices need to be made.
Yeah.
But no, see, that's the beauty. But that is the good thing though. With you running quite a bit of white, you're mitigating a lot of that too. You go and especially with kickback and and Barrage, you're going through the deck fairly fast. So that's not too bad that you're at 45.
And like before I was able
go ahead.
to get Ransack or Scrapnel, I ran Barrage, Kickback, and Demolisher. So I went through the deck like that.
Oh yeah,
because I always put.
And then at one point before you got Scrapnel and Ransack, I think you also ran Barrage. You ran Barrage, Kickback, and Bombshell.
Yeah, the only reason I don't have Bombshell in this one is because it'd be at 26. Mm-hmm. So Barrage is one cheaper.
Do you think they're gonna at some point up the star total to like 30, or do you think they're gonna keep it at 25?
If they do,
I think that but like with what they did, I don't think they will, simply because of like they already made, or at least they made Metroplex exactly 25, and so you'd be able to sneak in like a 5-star somewhere pairing it up, but I mean that's also not to stop people from playing with like up to 30 or 35 just for fun.
The thing is, I think they should do like, kind of how Magic does, how they have the different
formats.
Yeah, they should do a different format for.
Well, they've released rules for like organized play now and drafts, and so once Wave 2 comes out, we'll definitely need to draft from that. But
oh yeah, record the draft.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But So you 45 cards in your battle deck. Do you know the number of actions you have compared to your upgrades? You don't have to count it out. Give me a rough guesstimate.
I think it's about 60-40. Yeah.
So 60-40. So like percentage wise?
Actually, more about probably yeah.
So
percentage.
60 action to about 40, or 60% action to about 40% upgrade.
Yeah.
And I'd probably reckon at least 75-80% of your deck is orange.
Yes.
Maybe a little under that, but it's definitely over half is orange.
I'd say about 65 orange, and then split the blue and white between that other 30 or
and
35.
your blank. Well, yeah, I think you only have 3 blank in there.
I have 6, I think.
Okay. And one last question, Adam.
Yes.
Do you like to go first or second with this deck?
I love to go second.
I bet you do.
Especially against Metroplex.
Oh my god. I still clapped you.
Hey, they got 30 health off of them.
They did. They did really well against Metroplex.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
the bigger, what was it? Bigger.
The bigger they are, it's a spectacular card.
Yes. No, it wasn't like Stand Taller or something that gives Metroplex.
Oh yeah. Height advantage.
Yeah, height advantage.
Yeah, height advantage.
Oh, I hate that card.
The one non-Metroplex specific Titan card. So yeah, because they made mention that the next Titan that'll be released in Wave 2 might be Necro Titan for the Decepticons, which is quite interesting.
And they also might do a starter Decepticon as well.
They're going to do that. I'm pretty sure that's confirmed that the Decepticon starter's a thing. I don't know who's going to be in it though. It'll be interesting to see.
Well, it might be Megatron because of what they did with Optimus Prime.
Maybe, but. That was Adam's Insecticon deck. I know we rambled on for a little bit, but
banter.
We will see you next time.
Goodbye.